my platform, this platform, our platform is definitely as a we're going to try to be a buffer, and we're boycotting senseless violence amongst young black men and women. Now we got to start there first before we can talk about anything else, because we never dealt with why are our young men and women, our young men more definitely more than our young women. Why are we killing each other? Let's not. It shouldn't be another race. It shouldn't be another group of people to bring it up. Why are we killing each other? Why can't we have unity? What's the problem when we can see other groups of people come to the country and they succeed? You don't hear them killing one another at the rate that our children are. You don't hear them, you don't see them at least chasing after senseless dreams of having the biggest mansion and the biggest car, the most jewelry, the most, attention on us. Now, where does that come from? Now, it's something that society birthed itself.
Yes.
So now it's up to us now, up to real men and real women to say, listen, that's improper behavior. The reason we can't, because we never dealt with certain things. We didn't deal with the brokenness that needs to be dealt with, right?
Yes.
We understand that households didn't come up with their fathers. I'm one of them. Not like a father being a father, a true father.
Mm-hmm.
And because of it, I always say, because I did come from that brokenness, I did have to assume responsibility for my family at a young age. I did have to deal with the hood. I did have to deal with the streets. I did lose my brother to the streets. I did go to the combat. I've done all those things, not just for nothing. I understand where there's a need and a concern, but above all, having the right kind of character and the courage to say, listen, I need to stand up against this. Isn't that what America's about? Aren't we supporting Ukraine now financially because we feel, we believe that that's a wrong, and we want to do something about that wrong? So why are we demonized as real men because you a real man? I don't need no prison stories. And if a person have a prison story, fine, let's get over it. But that's not all life is about, a prison story. That don't make you hard. That don't make you no man. That just confuses the mind of our young men and women out here today, and they become attracted to what they believe is masculinity. See, they believe that's masculinity. It's not about that. If a brother or sister went to jail, okay, you went to jail, okay, you made a mistake in society, get up, knock the dust off, and move forward. You don't want to be part of that system, and you don't want to perpetuate that system. But I have a problem with young men who really, man, they more talk than anything, brother. When I
You
say
know,
talk,
it
it
is.
senselessly will kill and destroy your society. If anyone listening, if you are a part of that, it may make you mad, but so what? As a man, somebody should have talked to you like a man when you were younger and told you that kind of activity, if you were showing inappropriate, aggressive activity, it should have been stopped by a man. And a man should have came and talked to you and let you know the danger of that inappropriate behavior, what it can cause in your life later. And so now this message, we're hoping that these messages get out to young men and even older men. Because the craziest thing I've been seeing, man, and this social media is crazy. Men our age, man, these dudes still acting like they're 20 years old, bro. It's crazy. Gray hair, gray hair and everything. They acting like they talking about they keeping it real. How much they from the streets, man. And it make me kind of chuckle because people who really know that's BS. And I'm calling BS. So I'm saying that y'all got a platform out there, use it for positivity. We have enough negativity already in our community. You do just as bad as a corrupt, you're just as bad as a corrupt policeman that goes out there and whips on and unjustly kills a minority because they felt that they were disrespected or they felt they had to, impose their authority on someone. You're the same way. So people in our community, I challenge them as a man in our community to be a man. Use your platform for positivity. Don't come around when the homie get killed, like you said, when the homie get killed, and now you want to have videos all over the place. Okay, what about before another homie gets killed? Before another young woman gets brutalized, raped,
Exactly.
it's used. That's what we're here for. So the costume knowledge, the costume leadership, meaning that these are people who say they can leave, they lead, they sound like it. It's attracting our young men and women. I'll stand against that. Now, what do you think as far as resolution? One of my resolutions, as far as what's being said and what's being heard by the community, by our community, is that we stand against these platforms that speak this type of negativity against our people. We let them understand that they're loved, but at the same time, that's not the way to lead.
No.
You're leading us more in, you're leading your people more into destruction, whether you understand it or not. Whether you believe it or not, your gun don't make you bad because guns all over the place. Half the time, y'all don't even know how to use it. Gun jam one time, you don't know what to do. Half the time, you don't know how to take that gun apart. Half the time, you don't even know how to clean it. See, all
Mm-hmm.
this is responsibility. You have a right to carry a weapon. You have a constitutional right to bear arms. But you
Mm-hmm.
also have a moral right and obligation to be responsible with it and not to be
That's the thing.
emotional and that be the first thing you run to. Be a
Mm-hmm.
man. You know me, man. I'm back. I'm like, go back to the old. Get the fade.
That's what I say.
Get the
You
fade.
know,
Take it.
today's
Salute.
today's social media has gotten out of control.
Right. Let's talk.
Everybody want to pull out a cell phone and record something instead of helping.
Right. Right.
Then they want to repost it and make jokes about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but if it was you, then you be mad.
Right. Right.
Don't
Right.
don't don't do that. Don't do that. That's that false leadership.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do. Well, then do it while it's happening to somebody else. Don't just do it when it happens to you. Do it when it happens to somebody else.
Right.
Jump in there. Why are we always recording somebody doing something crazy instead of stopping them of
Right.
doing what's
Right.
crazy? What do we do? All we doing is we want to be the center of attention. Today's generation want to be that flashy person that everybody gravitates to.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
want to be that person that everybody comes to. I want to be that center of attention. I want to be that class clown, that ace one, valedictorian or whatever.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
I I always told my boys, if you want to be the center of attention, the best way to do that is don't be the center of attention.
That's right. That's right.
Then
Very.
everybody gonna be like, what's going on with that guy? He ain't said nothing, he ain't done nothing, he don't do nothing. Let's go find out what he's all about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden you're the center of attention. Now what can you do? Well, let me explain. Let me run it down to you on my thoughts.
Right. Right.
And when you speak that positivity to them,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be like, you be amazed at how many people actually listen to that person that is not doing nothing
Right.
versus
Right.
someone that is doing something.
Yes. We know that.
Yeah, excuse my phone. I'm right next to the
Oh, that's
printer,
all right, brother. Yeah.
and it's spam risk. I don't. Hey, if it's important, they'll leave me a message. I
Right.
don't answer spam risk.
Yeah. I don't answer no spam either. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
That's a great point there, man. So, and I want let's talk a little deeper on that point. When you say that, and I'm calling it inappropriate behavior that needs to be called
Mm-hmm.
out. And this is what I mean about sound leadership. Sound leadership identifies inappropriate behavior and corrects it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're saying that there's a problem with our young men and women, that soon as we see confusion or conflict and inappropriateness and inappropriate behavior, first thing they want to do is run with the phone and recording it and laughing, and nobody's doing nothing to stop what's actually a decaying of our society happening right before us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's called inappropriate leadership for one. and in the inability to understand sound structure. You're mistaking false structure and foolishness and nonsense for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's, and he shouldn't be entertained when you see another brother just on here doing something tragically to another young brother or young sister or anybody, humanity itself. The biggest
Yes.
problem I have, Torres, is that, man, the killing, brother, they'll
It's
put it
bad.
all on social media, brother, like it's nothing. Where you
Mm-hmm.
see people get killed, man, I'm talking about they just running up there shooting a brother, and somebody will post it on social media. Now, listen,
Mm-hmm.
this is inappropriate behavior, and I want my young brothers and sisters who may be listening, I want you to understand there's nothing cool about that.
No,
It's nothing cool about you
nothing.
seeing another brother or sister gun down somebody and set them up, gun them down, and they put it on social media for everybody to laugh or to go and get views off. That
Yeah.
is somebody's child. That's somebody's son. That's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's loved one.
Yeah.
You got them at their worst, getting killed.
You're fueling chaos.
Their
You're
body,
fueling it.
right? And you're showing it to the world, and you're laughing about it, and it's getting all kind of views. So now you think that inappropriate behavior and activity is appropriate. And it
No.
continues to make our society sicker and sicker. So I stand against that. I stand against anyone that would do that. And I'm calling my brothers and sisters right now. If you are a part of that particular community where you're here listening to these so-called popular names or whatever, and they're full of confusion, my prayers and my call to you is that turn it off. You want to turn on something real? Turn this on. We can talk. Let's bring up your issues. Let's talk about them from a real perspective with some real guided understanding. So, what do you think
Right.
about the murdering that's happening on social media? How do you feel about them being able to legally even put that on there? And it's social
You
media.
know what?
Hold on.
I even have a bigger challenge.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
All these people listening right now,
Mm-hmm.
if you think you're a man, be a real man. If you think you're a woman, be a real woman.
That's right.
If you're gonna record that, and just like you said, because you said the question, I was about to put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you are real, when you post that stuff, show your face, identify yourself, put
Mm-hmm.
something on that platform to say we need to stop this senselessness.
Right.
Put your message out there with that. Don't just put it out there as a joke and want to hide your identity so nobody will know who put it out there because the cops might come after you. You know what? I'll be the first one to say, come arrest me. Because I'm gonna show the world that we need to stop this stupidness. The
Right.
stuff that you're hiding,
Right.
I'm gonna show it, but I'm gonna show it because I want people to see.
Right.
I'm your brother. I am here to help. We need to stop this. We need to come together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna hide. What
Right.
I need to hide for?
Right.
Look, I'm at peace with my God.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And whatever happens to me, I know my family gonna be taken care of. I'm not wishing to die, and I'm not saying y'all come and get me,
Right.
but I'm not gonna hide.
No.
That's a coward's way.
They can try to come get me because I'm, you got to get something back with me. You know that.
You see what I'm saying?
you know.
So it's and it's just like being in the military, dude. We accepted the fact that me being a scout and you being a tanker, our life expectancy in combat
Right.
is 3 seconds or less.
3 seconds on the battlefield. Go ahead and say it. Talk about it.
3 seconds or less.
That's right.
But did we run?
Right.
No, you got 2 tours in Iraq. I got 2 tours in Iraq. You've been to Bosnia. I've been to Bosnia.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I went to Bosnia as a PSD. Come to find out, my whole team had a hit on our heads.
Right. I remember. Yeah.
Did I run from it? No. I
Right.
still did my job.
That's right. That's right.
And where am I? Speaking with you about it right now. And that's the blessing
That's right.
that God gave
That's the
me.
part. That's right. And see what you just said right there. That needs to be highlighted. Here's the understanding of manhood correctly put, and there's another understanding of what a man is and manhood incorrectly put and placed into society.
Exactly.
Right. So let's talk about what the number one thing a lot of young men, in particular, who like to uplift foolishness, because that's what it is. They want to show, first of all, how hard they are. That's the terminologies that would be used. How hard you are. Shooting at somebody and running is not hard.
No.
Shooting at somebody's house, spraying a house and driving off is not hard. That's not hard to do. But what's hard to do is to have an enemy that is just as capable of killing as you, that you have to face daily. You
Yep.
can't go home. You can't go smoke a blunt, get your mind right. You can't go have a drink. You can't go talk to one of your girls. You can't go lay up with nobody. You know why? Because you in direct combat. You got to stay focused. You
Yep.
focused on the enemy all the time. So I don't want to hear nothing about some of these guys are so weak, man. Man, I shot a guy 7 times, so I did 7 years in jail. Well, good. You needed every 7 of them, all 7. You probably needed more of them. And hopefully you came out and been a man. That
That's
you're not
it.
uplifting the foolishness that got you caught up in the system, so that another young misguided person that may like your songs, you may like the songs, and they listening to you as a leader and not understanding that you probably the worst representation of a man that there is. Never took care of none of your kids.
None.
And I'm not saying this about everybody, but I'm talking about the ones who like this. Never took care of none of your kids. Never stood by your woman, really. Don't know how to do that. You see what I'm saying? And you want to live by talk. Know how bad you are. How I'm gonna get somebody to do this. I'm gonna put a bag on. See, these are the things we got to deal with. And I'm not, people who are unafraid. So when you've been to 3 combat zones with people and fighting other killers, not somebody you just randomly sneaking up on and trying to do something to and run away like a coward.
When you can see your enemy shooting at you and
Yeah,
you can't run because you got to stand there and shoot back,
right. You got
dude.
that's a different understanding, really, right there. So
Yep.
right now, my biggest message to my community, our community, is that doesn't all that how much you went to jail and how many dudes you talking about you to shot and people. These are your brothers and sisters that you talking about how you misused and mistreated. Guess what? You're a coward. You're weak.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the new on this platform. That's the new language to that activity. Now, I love my brothers. I'm gonna tell my brothers out there, I love y'all. Love my sisters too. But if you're gonna do anything to damage society, if you're gonna do anything to damage our communities, laugh about it, make money off it, extortion, fear, and all these other things. How are you any different from any white institution that's trying to belittle black people? How are you any different? You're not.
Exactly.
So here's what correction is. I love you, love all y'all, but you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
See, nobody never told you was wrong. If you making money off of black misery, off of someone being young man just got murdered. Shoot, forgot the guy's name. The rapper. He just got murdered. Can't think his name. But anyway, uh, there's a
it'll
big
come to me.
yeah. His name,
Offset.
whatever his name is, it don't really matter because it happens. It don't have to be a rapper. Every day somebody's dying in the
Every
black
day.
community, just as graphically or even worse. So his
Yes.
name don't mean nothing to me. The action that took place to him means something to me because
Mm-hmm.
another black man did it.